If you drive a car built before 2023, you are likely noticing a troubling pattern. Your fuel mileage has dropped, acceleration feels sluggish, and you might hear a harsh knocking sound coming from the engine block under stress. These symptoms are tied directly to the widespread rollout of E20 petrol, a blend of 80% standard petrol and 20% ethanol. The engine control units, or ECUs, in older vehicles simply were not programmed to handle this specific chemical mixture. This chart shows the root of the problem. Ethanol contains about 30% less energy density than pure petrol. When you pour E20 into an older engine, the system is forced to burn significantly more fuel just to generate the same amount of power, resulting in a drop in performance. You can mitigate these effects. We are going to walk through a concrete 4-step routine designed to address this chemical mismatch, reduce engine knock, and stabilize your car's driving experience. Because your car was built for a different era of fuel, following a standard maintenance schedule is no longer enough. This routine is the new baseline for keeping a pre-2023 engine running efficiently in an E20 environment. Step 1 requires an immediate upgrade to your fuel strategy. You should switch exclusively to premium petrol varieties like XP95 or Speed 97. While these premium fuels still contain ethanol, they carry a higher octane number of 95 or 97. This higher rating helps compensate for the lower energy output of the blend, smoothing out the combustion cycle and reducing that harsh engine knocking. Where you buy this fuel is equally important. Only purchase petrol from company-owned, company-operated stations or from pumps that see extremely high daily traffic. Ethanol-blended petrol begins to chemically degrade in just 3 to 4 weeks. A pump with constant turnover ensures the fuel entering your tank is fresh and hasn't started breaking down while sitting in underground storage. Taking control of both the chemical quality and the freshness of your fuel creates a first line of defense against the negative effects of high ethanol blends. Step 2 targets your car's hardware. Every 3 to 4 fill-ups, you should add an aftermarket ethanol treatment or fuel system cleaner directly into your tank. Ethanol is a solvent. Over time, it can dry out and degrade the older rubber seals and plastic fuel lines that were standard in pre-2023 vehicles. This diagram shows how an aftermarket additive works. It deposits a protective coating across the interior walls of the fuel system, creating a barrier that prevents the ethanol from making direct, sustained contact with the rubber and plastic components. The filter on the right shows what happens when ethanol acts as a cleaner, stripping old deposits off the gas tank walls and flushing them straight into the filter. To prevent clogs, you will need to replace your fuel filter more frequently than before. Using these chemical and physical barriers together addresses the vulnerabilities of your fuel lines and keeps the delivery system clear of debris. Step 3 is strict tank management. Never let your fuel gauge drop below the halfway mark, and if you plan to park the car for 15 to 20 days, you should fill the tank to the top. This shows phase separation. Ethanol absorbs moisture from empty airspace in your tank. When saturated, it detaches from petrol, sinking to the bottom. This heavy mixture sits exactly at the fuel pump intake, risking immediate engine stalling or internal damage. Maintaining a full tank also helps keep the fuel pump submerged in liquid, which helps dissipate heat and prevents the pump from wearing out prematurely. By managing the volume of fuel in the tank, you are keeping the chemistry stable and protecting your engine from water-induced failure. Step 4 involves adjusting your driving habits to reduce the load on an engine coping with lower energy fuel. Practice light-footed driving. Sudden, aggressive acceleration can overwhelm an older ECU as it tries to meter the E20 fuel. Applying the accelerator smoothly gives the engine's management system time to adjust. For those with manual transmissions, you should delay your gear shift slightly. Allow the engine to rev a bit higher than your old habit dictated before moving to the next gear. Shifting between 2,000 and 2,500 RPM ensures the engine stays in a power band that minimizes knocking and maintains smooth power delivery. If you drive more than 30 to 40 kilometers a day, there is a way to bypass the ethanol problem entirely, installing a Sequential CNG Kit. CNG avoids the chemical issues of E20 fuel. You will only use petrol for startup. Because CNG is more affordable, the installation cost typically pays for itself within 18 months for high-mileage drivers. This switch does come with a compromise. The CNG cylinder will take up the majority of your usable trunk space. Whether you adjust your driving style or switch to CNG, the goal is to stop asking your engine to perform under conditions that no longer match its original design. By using high-octane fuel, applying protective additives, keeping the tank half full, and shifting at the right RPM, you have a complete strategy for the E20 era. Following these 4 steps protects your car's fuel system and restores the efficiency that E20 petrol would otherwise take away. If you want a breakdown of the specific engine oils and additives that work best in this new fuel environment, let us know in the comments. These steps help your car recover the smoothness it lost during the transition to E20. While you can't change the fuel at the pump, you can extend your car's useful life for years to come. Fuel standards will continue to change, but your car's performance remains a result of how you choose to maintain it.